So now, after the last couple of videos in this series, you should know a little bit more about exposing your image, particularly if you're using a camera. But what if you've only got a phone? Is that good enough? Is that going to give you the results that you want for your photos and your videos? That's what we're going to have a look at today. First of all, let's have a look at the quality of the video, the quality of the photos, the quality of the output, basically. Because remember, you've got a sensor in your camera and you've got a sensor in your phone. One is going to be bigger than the other, but the main thing that will impact is the amount of light it can get. So if you're in control of your other settings, then you should be able to get reasonable results with either. So let's do a bit of a comparison. Today I'm filming on my Z6III with my 35mm f1.8 lens, and also on my iPhone 11. And that's just using the normal Apple camera app. I thought this would be a good comparison because the phone is just one that I've had for a few years now and it's doing well, still works perfectly well. I still take lots of photos and videos on it, and I just wanted to give a side-by-side comparison. The lighting is obviously going to stay the same, the microphone is going to stay the same, and everything else is just going to be the differences in the camera. So first of all, the quality. On YouTube, the highest quality that you can have is 4K. So that's what you will see this in both the camera and the phone. And is there any difference? I don't think there really is between the two. So the quality is determined both by what comes into the camera, the size of the sensor, what you do with it afterwards. So you know that YouTube is limited to 4K, so that's what both of these in. It doesn't matter whether I'm filming in 1080p or whether I'm filming in 8K. YouTube at maximum will show it at 4K. So that's how I've got both of these set up. I've got it set up so that they're both filming in 4K. What is 4K? That is the number of pixels in the image that's being captured. So these pixels are what make up that image. So the red, green and blues that change color in order for you to see what you can see. The more pixels, the higher the quality. But the downside to that is the more pixels, the more data. So you will find that if I was filming this in 6K on my camera, the file that comes out of it at the end will be a lot higher in terms of gigabytes than it would be from a 4K file. That's the first consideration. If you're moving from your phone to a camera, you need to make sure you've got an SD card. You need to make sure that the SD card, or whatever memory your camera takes, is big enough to store the files that you want. And then you've got the control side of things. So everything that I've got set on the phone is set to auto. Auto ISO, auto white balance, auto shutter speed and everything like that. Whereas on the camera, I control all of those. So as we've talked about over the last few weeks, that gives me more control over what is actually happening in my scene. I can make sure that everything is looking exactly as I want it. For a scene like this, where nothing is really changing, it doesn't make too much of a difference. The main thing is that you get the settings right, you get the lighting right, you get the audio right, and then the video looks the same. And it's the same for still photos as well. If you haven't got massive areas of contrast, if you don't have kind of quick changes between one thing and another, it can be quite useful. But as we've said before, having that extra control gives you the ability to freeze motion, have a longer shutter speed so that you can not freeze the motion, so you can blur things. And that kind of thing is where the controls on a camera are easier to use. Yes, you can set up the phone manually, but it's a touch screen. You don't have physical buttons in order to change all the settings. So if you want to change settings quickly, it's a lot easier once you know your camera to quickly turn a dial, press a button, rather than trying to find it on a touch screen. And then our final category is ease of use. And a phone in auto mode and a camera in auto mode are very much the same. Except with a camera, you need your SD card, you need a lens, you need some kind of audio recording as well. Whereas that is all built into your phone. You've got your phone in your pocket already. Generally, most people carry them around all the time. And that means you've always got it with you when you need it. Whether it's to take a picture, whether it's to take a video, you've got it there. And particularly phones these days, you've got a range of lenses on them, so you can zoom in, you can zoom out, you can have wide angles, and it's all there already. Whereas a camera, you need to choose which lens you're going to take, whether you want to carry an extra potentially heavy lens with you. If you've got a setup like this where things don't change, then it's easier. You stick to one lens, you know what settings you like, you kind of set them there and forget about it. Whereas if you're outside, the light changes, the subject changes, you want to do things quickly, you are potentially going to have to switch lenses and things like that, which can make things more complicated. So I think my main conclusion here is that if you're filming, taking pictures on your phone, and you like the results, you can edit them to do what you want, you can set them up how you want. There's no real need to move on to a camera and lens and everything like that unless there's something missing. Whether it's you want to be more creative with shallow depth of field, changing shutter speeds and things like that, or you want to get the best possible quality, the best possible image out of that sensor. And then if you do decide to go for the camera route, you need to think about what lens to go with it, what memory card to go with it, what audio to go with it potentially, and how those attach to the camera, how they all work together, how it works as a system. Whereas everything is built into the phone. So I, for one, will never be without my phone. I take videos on it, I take photos on it, and I don't think you particularly notice a difference either on YouTube or Instagram, or even if you print these photos out. So next week we're going to have a look into more of the camera system, how a lens attaches, where does a memory card go, how do you charge it, what do all these settings mean? And then from there it will make you a bit more confident if you do go for that switch from a phone to a camera with those settings and being able to go forward with it and use it how you want to use it. So I hope you learned something today, and I'll see you again next week. Bye.